7 long months, but the NFL is back. We'll see the ageless Tom Brady leading the Super Bowl champion Buccaneers and the return of Dak Prescott with his Cowboys. Next on Thursday night.
Well, the hope was that these Florida showers would have passed through by now, but it looks like we're in for a wet one tonight at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Time to see what this Tampa Bay Bucs offense has in store. They're led by the now 7-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 55. Charles, it's Tom Brady.
After 2 decades in New England, a change of scenery, and another tremendous season culminating with a Super Bowl title. 40 touchdown pass in the regular season, and most since his record-shattering 50-touchdown season of 2007 in New England. He did have minor knee surgery in the offseason, but he said he's sticking with his plan to play beyond the age of 45, which is still 2 years from now. Look out, NFL. Tom Brady still wants to win.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
First down catch there by O.J. Howard. Well done, and he's got to be excited because he missed a lot of the fun last year after suffering a torn Achilles back in Week 4. But his head coach, Bruce Arians, says the sky's the limit for him in 2021 after rehabbing in the offseason.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Brady to throw again. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. the Dallas Cowboys, and Dak Prescott set to go on offense for the first time. And with Dak at the controls, his 6th season under center now as the Cowboys quarterback.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards to gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Prescott down. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So Dak with a completion there, really showing no ill effects from that injury a season ago. What do you think your keys are defensively trying to stop Mr. Prescott?
Well, I think any defensive coordinator will tell you, stop his running game first, because he is at his best off of play action with all of your line.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 57 yards. And the Cowboys are on the board here first in the season opener. Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Micah Parsons brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. And he finds Gronk. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did because, to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. Brady. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Here's Bradley Pena now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 79 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep on the ground with Elliott, running right through him. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Prescott being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Prescott from the gun. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
18 yards there, and it'll be first and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Now Jones. Oh, good move. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them, and plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is Tony Pollard. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, baby.
And out now come the Cowboys. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A give to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. He'll get this to Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week 1. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Fights forward at the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watched tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On second and goal, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 4 yards remain for second down.
That's track. 42's the mic, boys, 42.
Again, it's Brady. He'll drop this off for Bernard. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. final play of the half. Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital, a big test for the Washington football team as they'll square off against the LA Chargers. Good games in the late afternoon as well. We'll stay out east and highlight the matchup at MetLife Stadium, where it'll be the Giants taking on the Denver Broncos. Then on Sunday night, a good one to start the season. Bears and Rams from SoFi Stadium. Matthew Stafford's debut as an LA Ram. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And as you can see, they've started the season with a focus on the running game, and it served them well in the opener so far. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now Pollard. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Devin White, the Bucs' leading tackler in their Super Bowl run, in on this stop.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 163 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right. I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
The give is to Elliott. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Offside, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over with the
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Zerline now for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup there. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Brady on target to Gronk. First down, Buccaneers. Now Brady. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And there's a familiar sight. Rob Gronkowski making a catch for a first down. And remember, Gronk said he was done in 2019, was out of football after retiring from the Patriots. But Brady asked if he'd run it back with him in Tampa, and he answered the call. Gronk earned his 4th ring with a win in Super Bowl 55, a game in which he scored 2 touchdowns.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Brady gives this one off to Jones. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Shotgun now for Brady. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott rolling to his left. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Again, it's Elliott. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Prescott to throw on 4th. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he is all the way up past the 25.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. So after the INT, it's Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now here's a throw that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Brady got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Antonio Brown, 73 yards. And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. We keep waiting year after year to see signs of Tom Brady's arm strength deteriorating, but his message there, keep waiting.
And give him credit, he deserves it. But this is such a breakdown defensively, my goodness. From a pass rush perspective, you know that they got to be coming hard on fourth down trying to get to the quarterback. But from a coverage perspective, how do you not see that play developing? And it turns into a touchdown.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And they can't bring him down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Elliott. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Brady to throw. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Back to throw, Brady. On the screen, Bernard. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and short. To throw is Brady. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even, and now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? There's another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet, so now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards on first down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Here's Dak.
And this one is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott.
And he'll be brought down, still a yard or two short even of the first down. So things looking bleak here. They've got to convert on 4th.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. Room here to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Cowboys, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And